how do you deal with that? Or is there a stopgap funding measure? Because if SHA fails, then it is a county government that has failed. You know, you are the face of service delivery.
Chairman, it's a discussion we have had with SHA, including with the minister, that for public facilities, if there is a challenge, should the SHA be stopped, or should SHA continue to serve the public as we'd handle any issues on the background? And the idea should be that SHA should continue as you handle the issues on the background. But right now, we have had to support those facilities from our exchequer side to be able to handle, and the public is not able to access SHA. But we are working round the clock to ensure that SHA is restored, and I'm happy that some of the facilities that were off, like Rachonyo South, Rachonyo East, they are now restored, and we are sure that within the month or so we should be able to restore the other facilities.
Okay. Senator Sifuna?
Yeah, Chair.
As we move to the trade debtors.
My hearing the county governor to be saying that the people of Homa Bay who've been going to this hospital or facilities have not been charged money that she has paid, or the county government has paid for that. Because I remember recently we were told that there was an outage in that SHA system, and at least in Nairobi our experience was totally different. People were being turned away from facilities. Governor, are you saying you are the ones who have been paying for those people in those hospitals where the SHAs had issues?
No. I think, Senator, my point was, because the facilities, especially at level 4, rely a lot on the FIF, without an active SHA program, they need to pay certain basic issues, including commodities and so on, which we have supported them to support electricity and the other utilities for those facilities.
They're still out-of-pocket payments at your facilities because of this problem?
Yes. Because of this problem, there's still out-of-pocket payment, particularly in the facilities that are facing this particular problem. The 4 out of the 234 facilities, I think we have 4 of them now facing this sharp problem.
I think, Chair, if I got you correctly, what you're raising is if a facility has been blocked by SHA, yes. I'm a citizen of Homa Bay. I have the SHA card. I will not get medical attention in that facility. I think that's the question Chair is asking. Then what happens to those innocent citizens of Homa Bay? They have SHA. The facility that is run by the county has been blocked from SHA. So how do they access health services, if that is the situation?
Maybe in addition...
Okay, Senator Chirake.
Access services, they have to pay out of pocket, or because the challenges facing those facilities. Are these the same facilities that the CS told us they were facing issues of fraud? And then number 2, do you as a county have indigent support to citizens who don't have the ability to pay for the medical services? Thank you, Chair.
And for the record, Senator Chirake is the biggest defender of SHA in this committee, so we'll be...
Chair, I'm the biggest defender of government, I'm the biggest defender of broad-based, and I'm the biggest defender of anything that government for the better of care.
Okay, that's extraneous.
And your governor also is the biggest defender of broad-based.
So let's come back. Let's come back to the audit. Governor,
so should it follow that you should be the biggest defender of mine? Oh no, just. I think on the issue of these specific facilities, the discussion we have had, you can find that a facility has a case that can be said to be fraud, for example. Maybe it is a case of not adjusting quick enough to the policies. Maybe it is a question of people shared beds, so you claimed for 30 instead of 20 beds, which you're registered to have. So those kinds of issues are the ones that are resulting in the blocking of facilities. SHA generally, if I would say, Chair, reimburses facilities, and is a big improvement from the previous system that we had. That I can say.
But the concern is this innocent Kenyan who has SHA,
and that is,
but comes to a public health facility. But because of the mistake of that health facility, he or she is not able to access service using the SHA card. Yep. What do we do?
I'm in total agreement with you, Senator Okongo, because, and this is the discussion we have had with the SHA and with the policy level, that if a facility has an issue, the issue should be dealt with while the public continues to access services. This is what we have raised, so that the punishment, when you block a facility, the punishment is not on the administrator, it is on the patient. So we have asked that the policy be changed, so that if there is an issue with the facility, let the administration of the facility, who is the contract holder, because you know facilities sign direct contracts with SHA, to let them deal with that as the facility continues to offer services to the public, which is not the case at the moment.
Okay, Senator Sifuna, finally.
Just a clarification, Governor. You know, we in the Senate and you in the Council of Governors actually on the same side. I actually view these conversations here as you appearing at one of those facilities you're talking to, because we're supposed to fight these causes together. What we say out there, whether you are the biggest supporter of whatever, is something else. But we shouldn't be hearing any complaints when it comes to service delivery in hospitals if SHA is working. How much money does SHA owe Homa Bay County, your 24 facilities, in reimbursements?
I want to ask my health team to just work that out and share.
And also just confirm to us what is, my chair calls it an aging analysis. Because when people go around saying this thing is working, and yet maybe Homa Bay is prioritized in terms of payments, but in Nairobi, SHA owes our hospitals a lot of money, and they're suffering. Those, you know, maybe we should start being like Cherargei, and then our hospitals will be given money. But we want to confirm.
But Chair
he has called himself the biggest defender of something.
Of course, yes, of SHA.
So the CEC there should just confirm to me if, because Homa Bay is one of those counties,
that cannot be an algorithm.
That's what I want to know. That's why I want to know.
Governor, that's a political question you can ignore.
No.
Order. Senator Cherargei.
Unless Senator Sifuna, through with your indulgence, Chair, gives us a system that works 100% anywhere in the world.
Chair,
every system has
Honorable Senators, we are the ones who wrote the 4 laws when we're in Turkana. So if it is not working well, it is our
Chair,
responsibility.
You can't.
It is our responsibility
take that responsibility.
to revisit them.
The argument is, if an entity has been blocked because of fraud, you know, if it is blocked, I agree with the argument that the innocent Kenyans must serve. But you also protect the resources that belongs to the people.
No, that's okay. Let's allow Senator Sifuna to finish.
I don't think when we write laws, we take on the responsibility of implementation, because what we were promised by the current administration is universal free health care. So even one person going to a facility and not being able to receive medication is a matter of concern for us as a leadership. Chair, the question of fraud is just one. But for instance, Chair, if you take into account the recent collapse of that system of SHA, that is not a question of fraud. And bearing in mind, Senator Cherargei, how much money the Kenyan taxpayer paid for that system, I am not saying, Chair, that we expect 100%, but we are saying a system that expensive cannot be out of service for 4 days. There's loss of lives in the country when things like those happen. That is nothing to do with fraud. So we are within our rights. We are within our rights to insist that because of the amount of money that we paid for that system, my healthcare contributions, Chair, when I was elected here, I think they went down, they went up almost 30 times. I pay over 30,000 these days, and we used to pay NHIF a fraction of that. And the way that program was sold to us is because, Sifuna, you are well-to-do, you are earning $1 million shillings a month. Let's contribute so that the other people who are unable to or don't have an income, the people in the villages in Karachuonyo can be able to do what? Access healthcare. That is the reason why we supported the system. Now, if it doesn't work, if there is even just one person in Karachuonyo who is not receiving healthcare because the system is down, 100 and something billion Kenya shilling system, Honorable Chair. So it's not to say that these questions are political, but healthcare is political.
No, I think the questions are proper. We had asked about the size of the debt. You have the figures? Maybe you could share?
Chairman, SHA owes us approximately 350 million to the facilities in Homa Bay. Chairman, on the other...
And how old is that debt? Is it a month, 2 months, a year?
They're just working on the aging. I just wanted to bring the amount. Chairman...
But even before you go there, Chair, if the Auditor General or the county entity itself is saying that in the entire financial year that is under review, they themselves told us 900 and something was collected in all the facilities, right? If SHA alone has 350 in debt to the hospitals in Homa Bay, that's almost a third of the collections for the facilities, you know? So when we bring out these things, don't make it look like it is political. But if you have come to the doctor and you give me the wrong, what is it called? The wrong symptoms, Governor. If you give me the wrong symptoms, I will not apply the right injection, and you know how we do it. We want you to be paid the 350 million.
I think you are starting, your preamble is what should carry the rest of the conversation, that we are on the same side. When we ask these questions, it's to get a solution. And when we find that 300 million is owed to Homa Bay, out of a potential collection of 1.6 billion or 900 million, it is significant. And it is in these sessions that we find legislative interventions or just interventions we can call the CS for health. But it shows that there's a problem if you don't have 300 million reimbursed on time.
Chairman, maybe I can just say this also, because in our language, something is said that the tail of a ship is compared with the other. If we compare the level of reimbursements, the amount in terms of reimbursements that SHA is giving to facilities in comparison to what NHIF was giving, SHA is much more enhanced. If we compare the timeliness in payment, SHA is prompter than what NHIF was. I'm just noting that in comparison. Of course, there's no perfect system.
The promptness will determine once we get the aging analysis of the debt.
Yes, Chair, let me just make a point, a simple but important point. You know, Governor, you and I, and every Kenyan worker is not in arrears in their contributions to SHA. None of us is in arrears. There can never be an explanation why SHA really should hold, that's just one county, 350 million Kenya shillings. And you know what, Chairman and Governor and all of us, you know, we can choose compare NHIF and SHA or whatever it is that we want to do. But you see, Governor, if SHA was working in Homa Bay or in Kitui, the first person that would know that SHA is working is a patient visiting a facility. We don't need to tell them that it's working. I mean, if it's working, it's working. If it's not working, it's not working. And we are talking about a situation, and I don't want to go into those comparisons, where the Kenyan taxpayer has paid in excess of 100 billion Kenya shillings for a technology that is supposed to support SHA, a system that has been down for now almost a week or more. So let's not even go there. But if it's working, then Kenyan people will know it's working. We don't need to tell them that it's working. And for the amount of money that we have spent for that system, honestly, the uptime should be more than 97%, if you ask me, for the cost.
I know this is, these members here are seized of this matter on the floor. CS Duale comes regularly. What we must demand of Governor Wanga is to account for the 1.6 billion reported as collected. That's what we must demand from Governor Wanga, that money must go back to facilities. What we must demand from CS Duale is why 350 million remains undisbursed to the facilities. So I think let's separate it. Let's not attempt to over-explain the national government's role because this is a county government that is distinct. I think that's where we are falling into a trap. Governor, you got the aging, or it's something that can be provided later?
I think they're working on it, and we will be able to present it.
So we are clear on this particular matter that the first thing we must confirm is 1.6. And in terms of amendment of the laws, county laws, I think it would best serve governors to perhaps caucus and have one standard amendment for the county laws or the national legislation. In fact, amending one law is faster than amending 47 sets of laws, but we shall leave that to you. Let's move to trade payables, long outstanding trade and other payables. Auditor General.
Thank you, Chair. Long outstanding trade and other payables. The statement of the financial position and as disclosed in Note 20 to the financial statement reflect a trade and other payables balance of Kenya shilling 1,504,513,380, which includes a payable totaling to Kenya shilling 1,091,925,059 that has been outstanding for 1 year, contrary to Section 14.2 of the Public Finance Management County Government Regulation 2015, which said that the debt service payment shall be the first charge in the county revenue fund, and the accounting officer shall ensure that this is done to the extent possible that the county government does not default on the debt obligations. In addition, although the management has provided the payment plan showing the order of the priority they intend to use to clear the debts, the plan does not indicate when the payables will be settled. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, your response?
Thank you, Chair. Management has noted the auditor's observation and wishes to clarify that it is committed to settling pending bills in accordance with the Pending Bills Action Plan for financial year 25-26. Out of the 1,524,513,380 outstanding bills as of 30th June 2025, Kenya shilling 713,199,834 has so far been settled, leaving a balance of Kenya shillings 811,313,545. Management is implementing the approved payment plan and has prioritized the settlement of eligible and verified pending bills, subject to availability of funds in line with the PFM County Government Regulations 2015. The payment plan outlines the order of priority and timelines for settlement, and the management intends to settle the pending bills by the end of financial year 2026-2027. Appendix 8A, Pending Bills Progression Summary. 8B, Pending Bills Action Plan for 2025-2026. 8B, another one, Current Status of Pending Bills.
Governor, with the progress that you have presented there, how does that change? For example, if you look at your Note 20, that you had 148 million outstanding over 3 years. When you look at pending bills as a first charge, with your payment plan, to what extent have those figures changed? Because, I mean, you would have pending bills under 1 year as you wait for your disbursements, maybe 1 to 2 years as you wait for projects to complete. But over 3 years is indicative of a problem. You reported 148 million as bills exceeding 3 years. Is there a specific plan to deal with debt over 3 years.
Chair, can I add?
Or let's allow Senator Cherargei also to
Governor,
this question.
I've seen your response on this matter of pending bill, and I've noticed over 92% of the pending bill of 1.5 billion was accrued by your administration, over 92%. The 8% is historical. Question one, can you segregate and give us the reason in detail? That is question one, after what the chair has asked. And number three, in this 92% of pending bill, are there pending bills that are tied to multi-year projects that the county is undertaking? And how much are we looking at? And finally, Chair, since I know we don't want to interrogate the chair of County Public Accounts of Homa Bay, in the budget allocation, how much has it been in this financial year, and the CCM or Bureau is here, has been allocated to offset the pending bill? Because looking at the aging analysis, it doesn't add up considering the budget. And finally, Chair, just finally, sorry for taking long, Governor, you have indicated that there were eligible pending bills. In your answer, because I'm just reading your answer, Chair, if you have noticed, the Governor is talking as settling pending bills action and also on, and has prioritized the settlement of eligible and verified pending bills. So what is the basis of this? Is it the controller of budget that did verification, or yourself? And is there a report? When you say eligible and verifiable, how much are you talking about? And ineligible, could it be connected to historical pending bill, which you have, which is related to 811 billion? So because it says eligibility and verifiable, so which ones are eligible? So that maybe he has lumped up everything. Okay. Chair, I yield back.
Fine. Maybe Governor, just take note so that we take all the questions, we'll be able to move fast. Senator Sifuna.
Chair and Governor, I'm looking at the development expenditure pending bills as at 31st May 2026, which I think is your Annex 8C. Are we together? There is a document called Homa Bay County Development Expenditure Pending Bills as at 31st May 2026, which would indicate that it is a current status, Honorable Chair.
Is that 8C or 8A?
I think it's I have found it at 8C.
Yeah, it's
8C, yes. So there will just be like 3 items that maybe you can address as well. I was picking out the high ticket issues. There is a pending bill of 24 million for construction of Homa Bay County Stadium. Is this the one that was renamed Raila Odinga Stadium? Yeah, so I thought that national government had told us that once the intervention was there, it's number 4 on that list. So just address us why there is still a pending bill of 24 million shillings for the stadium. Secondly, Honorable Chair, at number 9 there is an amount of 348,954,000. That is a pending bill for construction of 2-door pit latrine at Ngeri Beach in Kaksingri West Ward at number 9. Chair, if the pending bill is 348,954 on a construction of a 2-door pit latrine, what was the cost of this project, Honorable Chair? And does it make sense that latrines are that expensive to build in Homa Bay? That is item number 9 on that list. Number 9, are we there? And finally, Chair.
Oh yeah, there seems to be, I was struggling to follow, but I've seen it now. Because that's the number 9 on the second document.
Yes, Chair.
Because there are 2 documents. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yes, there's the one that is titled Development Expenditure Pending Bills as at 31st March, May 2026.
It comes after the summary of pending bills.
Yes.
Okay.
So the number 9 one, Governor, you'll explain to us why it's so expensive building toilets there. And then finally, there is the 3.588 million at number 19. This is the construction of main block at Gingo Health Center in Suba South, Kaksingri West Ward. Just tell us the status of that project, whether it was complete or whether it is not. That's all, Chair.
Chair, can I add on Senator Sifuna on number 28 and 29? This one proposed completion of Governor's new office block of 7.9 million. I thought the office block was completed. And finally, number 29, Governor, you are proposing as construction of a gazebo at the new Governor's office of 2.8. And we know what gazebo is. Is it too cold in Homa Bay? You needed somewhere to light fire with waze.
Okay, so
Wajami.
Yeah, since you are having the second bite, make it brief. That's it. Governor.
Thank you, Chairman. I will pick some, and I will also ask the CC Finance to answer others. So, starting with the question asked by Senator Gerard Gay on the office block, I think it's the titling. This was the Governor's office block which we moved to, which was the health building. So we completed it, stayed there as they were building the county headquarters, and it was taken over by the health department because it was always the meant to be the health building. The gazebo is a structure outside where you can meet with your workers, the healthcare workers, and the others. Instead of having tents, it's a capacity of about 300 people. I think, Senator, you may have seen it.
I haven't seen it. I've never been to Homa Bay.
No,
the area, Senator, you should be specific.
There are more
Chair and Senator of Homa Bay may have seen it.
Oh yeah, be specific because there are many senators here.
So, okay. And then coming to the question of Senator Sifuna on the two-door pit latrine, the standard amount for the two-door pit latrines is about 500,000 shillings. That's the cost of pitting it and building it. It's usually about 500,000 shillings. The cost is there about, and so.
So, Governor, for instance, if there's a pending bill of 486,359, like at number 65 there,
yeah,
it means you paid the contractor an initial amount of 20K.
So maybe we haven't paid them. It's an average cost of 500, but when you're contracting, you could contract at 4.8. I mean 480, 460, depending on where you're building it, the soil structure there, and so on. Somebody could quote slightly less. So maybe that person has not been paid at all. Coming to the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, the phase 1 of this stadium was completed by the county government of Homa Bay and opened in July of 2023. Any obligations under that phase 1 are under the county government of Homa Bay. The national government then came in to do the terraces around the stadium because the first phase only had the main pavilion but did not have the terraces around the stadium. So the national government picked up the terracing, and that could be the confusion. But what we owe, the county government owes to the contractors who did the first phase of the stadium.
Now, if you look at just 1 minute.
Sorry?
Order, members.
Yeah.
Is it on the same point?
On the same one, Chair. My concern is that the invoice date, if you look at the column on supplier or contractor invoice date, is indicated as 2019. Governor, we are in 2026.
Yeah,
That is over 7 years later. Is this amount payable, or is one of those that you've decided you're not going to pay?
No, the construction of the stadium took a bit of time, and we found when it had progressed, and then we picked it from there. We have made quite a bit of payments to the contractor, and we are at the very tail end of finalizing any pending bills around that stadium.
I think you'll need to tie it with the earlier question on how you are treating the debt over 3 years.
Correct.
Because your records indicate 148 million was 3 years older.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hope that you're going to give us that analysis, or your officers are going to give us that analysis.
Yes, I'm going to hand that question over to them. But before I hand it over, I'll go to the question that Senator Cherargei asked around the eligibility of the pending bills. I think, Chairman, when we last appeared, we had indicated that we had formed a pending bills verification committee, and it finalized its work and presented a report. Thank you.
So it means that the numbers that you reported of 1.52, those ones are legible.
Legible.
And those ones are, you have made a commitment